Silence is golden.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Which reminds me of my other favorite line that says, silence is golden, but duct tape is silver.
Also true.
And sometimes those things go together, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. We've
Yeah?
had a busy couple of days here.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on.
Had some Lenten worship yesterday.
We did.
Some
We did.
minestrone soup with or without Italian sausage.
Yes, I enjoyed it all.
Lots of meetings yesterday, including went over to meet, really for the second time, but it was a whirlwind back, the new CEO of Faith Lutheran Junior Senior High School.
Yeah.
Their previous CEO, executive director, had retired. And so because of that, they were on a hunt. And I don't know if you remember earlier this year, I was sitting in on interviews
Yes, you were.
of their final candidates. And so this was one of the two final candidates. And they did an open house meet and greet. So went over there to extend my warm wishes to him and ran into several church members.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Yeah. I expect,
We've got some connection. There's
Yep.
plenty of people who.
I
yeah.
expected to run into our board rep, which is Lisa Riggleman. I expected that. And her husband, David, also said he was going to tag along. So I expected them. But I ran into several other church members while I was there. So,
How about that?
yeah. So that was kind of fun. I was like, I didn't expect to see you. I didn't expect to see you. So
Okay.
got to do that. And doing all sorts of things to, I'm getting ready for summer. I bought a hose hookup mister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like a hard plastic. It's bendy, but it's hard plastic. And it's about 2 feet long, and it ends in a little cap with 3 little misters on it. So you hook it up to the hose, and or not the hose, but like the faucet.
Yeah.
And you turn it on, and it's like a little mister.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
So Juno will have a water feature this summer.
Very own water feature.
Yes, a little mister. I got it for like $10 on Amazon. So haven't hooked it up yet, but it's been in the 80s. This next few days. I got the AC folks coming soon to
Yeah.
check on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't normally do that until like May, but here we are, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you don't want to
Nothing's
believe
wrong, I
that that's
just
true.
wanna-
Yeah, make sure it's all running as it's supposed
As
to
it's
be.
supposed to. So
Yes, you can feel those. It's still pretty cool at night, which is the main thing for us. As long as it's cool at night, we're,
that's
we
what
can
we've
handle
been doing.
that.
We've been
yeah.
turning on the AC during the day at a pretty high level, but at night I open the windows.
Yeah.
Yep. So you know it's over when you can't do that at night anymore. Open the windows, that is. So
Yeah, yeah. So, well, it feels like it could be coming, but there's a chance we'll get a few more cool days.
get a break,
Yeah.
right? I expect about 6 more weeks of break after this week. That's my hope. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking record temps for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess so. And I'm actually heading out of town. I'm going to Colorado. I got my my wife's sister's getting married. I haven't let you know about that yet.
Well,
Just
I
springing
got
on you right
little,
here.
Little surprise here.
But I guess they've
When
been.
do you officially leave, by the way? I knew you were going to be gone. I just don't remember.
Yes, I'm leaving Sunday after church.
Sunday after church. Got
Yep.
it. Got
So,
it. I knew.
yeah.
We were just kidding. I knew about it, but I just forgot what day it is.
What
Yeah.
day that I take off?
Yep.
Yes. And but I guess they've been out golfing, and Colorado's been pretty warm too.
Yeah.
So they've had a very warm
Yep.
Very warm winter.
Which, as you know, as it relates to us, warmer especially on the western slope, means less snow, which means less water in Lake Powell, which means less water release into the Colorado River, which means less water into Lake Mead. In case you weren't connecting the dots.
We like a cold and snowy winter
Cold
in Colorado.
for them. Because it means, I don't know, life for us. So it's kind of important. So believe it or not, though, speaking of that, I've been following the negotiations of the 7 states that draw water from the Colorado River because they were asked to come to some agreement on water usage, reduced water usage.
Yeah.
And they have not.
No.
And because of that, it goes right back into federal hands to make a decision, especially when you hit a certain level at Lake Mead. And I read this past, I guess a couple of weeks ago, that even our water authority had proposed a different, not bad, but a different way of addressing this issue. Even farther upstream, and in other words, not pointing fingers at Colorado, but there might be other ways to not only reduce our usage but also be more efficient farther upstream.
Yeah,
So
what we can do to.
yeah, so I've been following that because water's pretty important, and yet
Water does turn out to be pretty important, doesn't
yes,
it?
it does. Yes,
Yeah.
it does. And the fact that the state of Nevada is still using under its allotment.
Yes. So as far as that goes, Nevada's doing all right. Arizona is
Not so much.
They might be in for.
We love
I
our
don't know.
fellow
I know,
Arizonians.
but they might be the first ones on the block there.
on the list
Yeah.
there. And that's the thing is, I think I told you this a while ago, but we are believe it or not, Las Vegas is the model for water conservation in the Southwest because we have done such a great job. Our water authority has done such a great job with it. We are the model, including the fact that 99% of the water used inside your home gets recycled.
Yeah.
I mean, that's efficient.
That's something great to meditate upon, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Yes.
Next time you take a big glass of water from the tap, you can
Yes.
think about
Yes.
99% of all water
Yeah.
gets recycled.
Gets recycled.
I mean, but that gets you down to lawns, golf courses, and pools. I mean, literally, I even read them saying there's not much more conservation awareness we can do within a home. Like we're there. So it's now the harder things, and they've limited new pool sizes. I
Yeah.
believe
No, it's not an easy problem.
to 600 square feet. I think is the largest pool one can install as a new install now. So I think all those older, larger pools, for those who want those will become a premium because you can't do those anymore out here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So water, water, water.
Everywhere.
Yes. Yes. Anything else new going on with you? Are you starting to
No,
pack
just
already?
I wish we were packed.
Yeah, right.
that's got to come. And
I assume you're driving, right?
we are driving.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll get everybody in the van and hope the 1-year-old loves driving.
Oh,
Yeah.
all 1-year-olds love being strapped into a seat for 12 hours.
Every
They
one
all
of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Won't be a problem.
Yeah. I wouldn't even concern myself.
No, I wouldn't even think twice about it.
No.
I'm sure that Kian will love car riding as much as Juno does.
Yeah, right?
Not a problem.
Yeah.
So-
He's already been on a good 9-hour trip. We went
Oh.
up to Big Sur.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You've already
so-
tested this out.
Yes. So he's
You're fine.
not even worth thinking about.
Nope. He'll sleep the whole way.
Yeah.
The whole way. Yeah.
Yes.
Those were the days. Well, you're going to come back and go on vacation again, I can see, after you telling me about this.
Exciting. Exciting.
So, somebody asked me, like, well, is he flying to Colorado? I'm like, not with 3 boys. He's not. He's packing that. And I knew it. I was like, he's packing the car. I know this.
Yes,
So.
yes. So, oh my goodness, it'll be
that's
a
good.
great time. I think I know we're booked solid from beginning to end. When we get there, I think my wife knows the itinerary. We've got to go this day, that day.
What day
I
is the
don't-
wedding?
I believe it's Thursday.
Is it a
I'm not
Thursday
keeping up to date with the itinerary as
Yeah.
much as some are.
No.
But
As long as there's someone in the family who is the keeper of the itinerary, you just need to be told what to do and where to go.
this is that kind of trip
Yeah,
for me.
that's right.
This is the kind of trip where I just it is day where, if Kira's getting her hair done,
You got the boys.
I got the boys.
That's
and
right.
I'm just ready to go there.
And then on whatever day that wedding is, they'll
I'll
push you up
be
there and be the
officiating.
showpiece, and then
Yes.
you're off the stage and
yes.
no attention.
Yes. And everybody will watch as my 1-year-old swallows the ring.
Well, that can happen. Or the other fun one is when, in my experience, your youngest will start to decide that it's okay to run around the sanctuary during the ceremony.
Yeah.
That's happened to me. So maybe it'll be bring the ring up, and then he is uncapturable. And then
Uncapturable.
everybody's eyes will be on where Kian is and what he's doing,
Yeah.
and not on the bride and groom.
and not on the hours I put into the
Sermon.
sermon.
Yes.
For
The
it's gonna-
centerpiece of any
the
wedding.
Centerpiece of every wedding.
Every wedding.
That I was really going to hit them hard
That's
with
right.
some real truth here.
Yes, the top 10 things that good married Christian couples do. You got to
Yes.
add Christian in there because it gives a little feel.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and why you're not doing those.
Yes.
And I'll really was going to ram it into them.
I think that's a good idea for 2 reasons. One is they're family, and family always likes that.
Yeah, family does like that.
Family loves that when that happens. And 2, it'd just be memorable.
It will be memorable no
Yeah.
matter what. It is going to be a great time.
It just reminds me that I need to work on my wedding sermon writing. If thinking about maybe I need to rethink my stance on wedding sermons after hearing the brainstorm session. here,
This is this
right?
brainstorm session right here.
So yeah, so warm and nice. I heard my latest weather report from Wisconsin. They got 5 inches yesterday, and they're going to get another 5 to 8 tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, so snow in the north woods of Wisconsin. So
Wow.
isn't that exciting?
Yeah. We won't see any of that water, but I'm
No.
glad they're getting snow.
Lake Superior will.
Yeah.
The local lakes
Yeah.
will, but not out here.
Not out here.
So maybe when I go up to visit, I just need to start bringing it back with me.
I think you should try.
Yeah,
It begins with you.
it does.
One
person,
glass of water at a time.
One, it's like that story about the starfish. Throwing the starfish back in the water, and guy asks, why do you even do that? Why does it matter? And the guy says, it matters to the starfish. If I could just bring back one
Now
glass.
you're that.
I
you're,
could be that guy.
You're that pastor. Yes.
I'm something. So, speaking of rainwater and lake water and snow water, we're going to go back to Sunday at 11 o'clock where
Oh, yeah,
we
have
heard
that too, don't we?
Yeah, we have a song that actually we heard it at all the services, but talks a little bit about the importance of spiritual water.
Very good.
So with that, let's go back and listen to Wade in the Water.
Hello, good morning, church. gonna trouble the water? Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in white? Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If you don't think I've been redeemed, wade in the water. Just follow me down to Jordan stream. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Come on now, God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Amen, amen.
I could just sit in awe,
Yeah, she's wonderful.
right? Just unbelievable. I give thanks that we somehow, through the musical community here, connected with Nix Taylor. And part of that makes me want to think that God also had a little hand in making sure introductions were made, because when the invitation was, hey, we're working on a sermon series, even though you've never been to our church, but we're just at this thing, would you ever consider singing some spirituals at Community Lutheran Church? And she said yes.
She said yes. And we're thankful for that.
Oh, my gosh. My gosh, yes. Wade in the Water, we talked about this on Sunday a little bit, but I wanted to really dig into the song a little bit. And as you know, it is a spiritual that does predate the Civil War. And very specifically because the song, I just want to refresh your memory, the song has coded language about escaping slavery.
Right. And it really goes, it dives into that and has, looking for, like Harriet Tubman and so many of those.
Who was known as Moses to the people because she brought people to freedom.
Wow.
And this understanding of, even when people talked about escaping from slavery and bondage, knowing the Ohio River, which separated the southern states from the northern states, was really that Red Sea. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't get much more direct connection to a spiritual in the context of what was going on, including the reminder to wade in the water so that when they send tracking dogs that would help break the scent and cover your tracks. I mean, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Just amazing. But I was thinking about some of these things, and so I wanted to kind of take it verse by verse. First of all, dressed. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Must be the children that Moses led. So I was thinking about the context of this, and yes, you have the folks who are the slaves who are escaping and trying to make it to freedom and going through the Red Sea, the Ohio River. But it also has this illusion of if you pass through the Red Sea, or if you pass and wade through the water, you're getting wet, and you're bringing some of that Red Sea with you. Okay, you
Yeah,
tracking me?
okay,
Who's the young girl dressed in red wading the water? Must be the children that Moses led. So there's this imagery of, oh, once you've waded in the water, you bring that water with you or on you.
Yeah. No, it's a. Yeah, I was struck by that line when I
Right.
first heard it. Yeah.
Otherwise, you go, what's with the red? But what you're seeing is that third layer to the hymn that's also talking a little bit about baptism. That once you've been baptized, that doesn't dry off. You take
Yeah.
that water with you wherever you go for the rest of your life, because it isn't just water, it's water and God's word. That's how we understand a sacrament. Communion, same thing. It's not only just bread and wine, but it is God's word attached to it. And so you can't wash that off or push that away. So to be dressed in red is to be in those baptismal waters, and even after you've passed through, that water clings to you, that promise clings to you. And
Yeah.
here, the promise of freedom, right? So I really like that imagery. It took me a while to think about that and kind of go, what's getting it at here? And so I finally was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I knew we were going to have a chance to talk about it. But let's go back to that story that that we kind of finished off right before they went into the Red Sea. So listen to this. God said to Moses, raise your staff and stretch your hand over the sea to divide the water so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground. I will harden the heart of the Egyptians so that they will go in after them. And I will gain glory, God says, through Pharaoh and all his army, through his chariots and horsemen. The Egyptians will know that I am the Lord when I gain glory through Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen. So that's what happens when God says to the people, move. You can't just stand there. You got to do something. Sometimes you got to wade in the water before you know the outcome. And at that point, what's really fascinating is he's like, I'm going to do something greater than just bring the people through the Red Sea. He's like, I'm going to gain glory. I'm going to show my power in all this. And then what happens next is, if you know anything about the story of the wandering, we had some brief problems.
Brief interference, but we are back.
Yes, we put some tinfoil on the antennas,
Seems to
and we
be taking
rearranged
care
the
of it.
antenna, and that seemed to work.
Yeah.
If you did not grow up rurally like some of us did, you have no idea what I just said. But if you grew up in the country, you know exactly.
You know how to fix all those problems.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Philip knows what I'm talking about. Tinfoil on the antennas, making them ears. Like,
Yes.
Can you hear me any better? So we heard about, and I want to pick up basically where I left off, is that God told the people to wade in the water. And then God protected them, brought them through the Red Sea after it was split. And then the Egyptian army came through with them. And that's when the people of Israel had great fear. But that's what God meant by saying, I'm going to bring glory through Pharaoh, his army, chariots, and horsemen. And basically, God's final conquest was over Pharaoh and his armies. But this is not an isolated context. We don't have really have time on a Sunday to talk about this, but each plague was also a defeat over individual Egyptian gods. So this isn't just, oh, and then there's this final kind of big blowout. It's like, no, we've defeated each Egyptian god through the plagues, and now because Pharaoh had a change of heart and did not soften his heart, it led to his downfall too. Yeah. So, but it's just a reminder, though, that to be dressed in red is to pass through the Red Sea. Second level, to pass from the southern states to the northern states, the Ohio River to freedom. Third level, that when we are baptized, that water in God's word sticks to us, that we too are dressed in red when we go through baptism. We go through the Red Sea
And set free.
and set free, right?
Yep.
So now you go to the next verse, and it's, who's that young girl dressed in white, wade in the water, must be the children of the Israelites. God's going to trouble the water. So where does that come from? Well, one of the places is the book of Revelation. By the way, it's singular.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, there's no S.
Yeah.
So any TV producers and writers out there who want to throw in a biblical reference, do not put the S on the book of Revelation, please. It's a little upsetting every time I watch TV and
John's revelation.
yeah, it's one. It's just one revelation. That's it. So
Yes.
anyways, the book of Revelation, chapter 3. So and just context, John is writing to the 7 churches before he kind of gets into talking about what's going to take place, not prophetically, but that in the end God wins. And this is his note to the church of Sardis, and he's talking about sin, and he's also talking about those who are keeping the faith. And so he says there's not many keeping the faith right now in Sardis. You better clean up your act. But there's a few, and then this is where that's the context of this.
All right. So from chapter 3, verse 5. He who overcomes will, like them, be dressed in white. I will never blot out their name from the book of life, but will acknowledge their name before my Father and God's angels.
So now we go from dressed in red to dressed in white in Psalm. And once again, pondering this, I'm like, oh, there's actually, whether it was intentional or not, I feel some really deep, inspirational theological work going on here. Dressed in red, you've been claimed by Jesus, you've been baptized, you've been made new. After that, we understand that if we're on a path of discipleship, we're also on a path of sanctification. And so, but that doesn't necessarily happen right out of the gate after baptism. I mean, it can if it's an adult and they're working on that. But it really is God claims you, you're dressed in red, you got the baptismal waters on you, but as you continue on, you're on a path of discipleship or inspired growth or however you want to say it, and you're moving on a path towards being made holy by practicing your faith, being dressed in white.
Yeah.
And so that's why, for a lack of a better way of saying it, within the hymn itself, there's a costume change.
Yeah.
We've moved from baptismal waters of the Red Sea to now we're on a path of discipleship, and now I'm dressed in white.
Yep. I love it.
So that's number 2. Third one is that last line. If you don't believe I've been redeemed, wade in the water. Just follow me down to Jordan stream. God's going to trouble the water. Now, layers on this again. Layer 1 is, you talk about Jordan stream, that is the second time and culminates to the end of the wandering of the people of Israel into the promised land, into the land of Canaan. Is not, the Red Sea was the beginning, passing through the Jordan was the end. And we often don't look at that story. And Jordan River is much smaller than the Red Sea, obviously, but the same thing happens. The water splits.
Yeah.
The water
No, it's
opens
the
up.
same kind of miracle,
The
and it's
same
like
miracle.
it's how they began, it's how they come
How
through.
they end. And stepping foot onto the land of Canaan, although the work of being in the land had just begun, but it also culminated or was the end of the journey. And one of the things they did was, as the people of Israel were coming across, they were appointed, elder in each of the tribes was appointed to pick up a rock from the bed of the Jordan, so that when they came across, they would build a monument, which is a big thing in Joshua, building monuments. So they built a monument in that moment to remember when they crossed the Jordan. So,
Yeah, and that was important. You're becoming something now.
that's right.
Yeah.
On the way, on the journey. So you have the Jordan and ultimate freedom. You have, that's the Israelites. You have the spiritual, which really talks about the fact that you've made it. You've made it to freedom. And then the third level is that sanctification, holy peace of being baptized and being on that journey. Now, we got to go back to where and when baptisms were happening in the Jordan River, and there's only one spot in all of the Gospels that talks
Yeah.
about Jordan and baptisms.
Okay.
So, from Matthew chapter 3, people went out to John the Baptist from Jerusalem and all Judea and the whole region of Jordan. Confessing their sins, they were baptized by him in the Jordan River. But when many of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, that's teachers of the law, came to where John was baptizing, John said to them, he said, "You brood of vipers." It's a great way to greet people, by the way.
It is. It's another.
that.
It's a great way. Maybe start a wedding sermon too.
You know what? I'm just giving
Yes.
you food for thought here,
Yeah.
right?
If it's good enough for John the
That's
Baptist,
right.
yeah,
I think it also would make a great opening to announcements. You know, you come up and you
Yes.
say, "Good morning, you brood of vipers.
Yes.
How's everybody doing?" But I do love the fact when he said, "Who warned you to flee from the coming wrath?" Like, who let you in on the big secret,
Yeah.
pal? Right? But here's the really big thing, and this is for us too: produce fruit in keeping with repentance. Sounds like a mouthful, but what he's saying is, if you have a changed heart, show people you have a changed heart.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you have changed and then still act contrary to the good news of the love and the inclusion and the acceptance and the mercy and the empathy of Jesus, right? If you
That's it.
say you
That's it.
have that, show that.
That's exactly it.
Right?
Yep.
And he says, "Do not think you can say to yourselves, well, we have Abraham as our father," which, by the way, was a mantra, because that whole, we are children of Abraham was like, well, if I am that and I claim that, then I am above and beyond reproach, and I am, in loose theological terms, I'm saved because I'm a child of Abraham. Doesn't matter what I do or who I am, because I'm a child of Abraham. Therefore, I'm part of the chosen people, right? So he's like, don't say to yourselves, we have Abraham as our father. He's like, that doesn't count anymore. He says, I tell you that out of these stones, God can raise up children for Abraham. And so that's metaphorical and hyperbole, of course, but what he's also pointing to is the fact that when Jesus comes along, he adopts people into the family of God of all races, of all ethnicities, of all backgrounds, and he claims them, and it's like, it's cool if you're a child of Abraham, but that's not a mandatory requirement anymore, right?
That's right.
So I was thinking about this line, if you don't believe I've been redeemed, wade in the water. I was thinking about that. And it occurred to me, because I'm like, I thought it should be, and I was wrong. I thought it should be, if you haven't been redeemed, wade in the water. Meaning like an invitation, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's the way I thought it should be phrased. I was wrong. I think, it's really pointing to, if you can't see that I'm a child of God, if you can't see that I've been redeemed, if you can't see that I am free, it's because you have blinders on. And the only way to redeem that or change that is for yourself to wade in the water. If you can't see that I'm a child of God, the issue is
I like
not
that.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
The issue is your lack of spiritual acuity to see that. And that finally clicked into place. And I'm like, I really like that.
Yeah, I do too.
If you don't believe I've been redeemed, well, then you better wade in the water. The issue is you, not me.
Yeah.
So I love that. So it's it's a more of check yourself before you wreck yourself kind of moment there
Yeah.
in that hymn. And I love that. Well, I've been redeemed. And
Been
if
redeemed.
you
And
can't see it, that's your issue.
yeah, it doesn't matter what you think. You
Yeah.
need to, it's about your journey then.
That's
Yeah.
right, exactly. So, been a great hymn for us to reflect on, not only on Sunday, but also come back to it today. And we chose it intentionally on Thursday to give some space to let, if nothing else, to let the song breathe a little bit
Yeah.
and for us to think about. So, once again, we apologize for the technical glitch. If you're catching this later, I've been assured that we're going to piece those two pieces together and then re-upload it, so it'll be in its entirety. So with that, though, we're going to say goodbye, and we hope you have a good rest of your day. God bless you. Take care. We hope to see you this Sunday and Saturday night at 5 o'clock, or Sunday morning, 8, 9:30, and 11. Come worship with us as we have another spiritual that we're going to be digging into this weekend. And this one, more than any of the other ones we are doing, is more familiar. If you attend any church on a regular basis, then you will know this one.
Okay.
But we have such a beautiful arrangement of this spiritual, you do not want to miss it. Matter of fact, it's a duet. So with that,
All right.
yeah, with that, God bless you. Take care. We love you. And Philip, will you play us out?